Well, hello everyone. Thank you for joining us again. Today we're in the beautiful north side of the lake. As you can see behind me, we're out in Minnesota. Came to visit my good friend Brady. He's actually been quite a notable figure on this channel if you've been watching us from the beginning. So he's opened up his home again, once again, let us come out, let us enjoy his side of the state, and it's really been a good trip. I'll let him introduce himself and he'll tell us more about what we got going on out here. Brady.
Hey, how you guys doing? As Duelle was talking about, we're on the north side of Cass Lake. He came out here, we came out here to do a basketball camp. A couple days went out, did some young kids in the beginning for the first day, and the older high school kids in the second day, and we did a lot of great work out there. But here in Minnesota, we're here with the falls changing colors and everything. So it's good to be back here on the channel.
Just a little brief history about me and Brady. We met each other down at Haskell Indian Nations about 10 years ago, 10 plus years ago. It's been a while, and we stayed really well connected with each other. And as our careers, taken us apart to different paths, we always stayed in contact. We maintained, just that relationship. And one of the things we've been building together is just working on bringing what we know, the knowledge of the game, the knowledge of basketball, and being able to teach it back to the youth in a way that we know best. And that's just connecting our lives, where we've been, our journey, and putting it into this project. So Brady had mentioned earlier that close is Bemidji State.
I graduated in '07, here in Cass Lake. We went to the state championship. We, lost on the last second 3-point shot. It happens. After that, I went to Bemidji State for 2.5 years. Played basketball there. I was a starting freshman. Things kind of fell apart over there, but that's kind of where I transferred down to Haskell Indian Nations and met my guy right here. And he was a freshman coming from Florida, long buff dude, long hair, tatted up, a high school kid, he's like, dang, who the heck is this kid? Well, he could get buckets, we started connecting and hanging out, and basketball is always kind of something that's brought us together. We love talking about the game, love where our, trying to get better individually in our own past, but also helping each other and bouncing each other's ideas off each other for a long time. And we're at this stage in our career where things are coming twofold. With my nephew, who was a little guy when we met, is now going to Bemidji State. He's going to be a freshman this year, and they have homecoming today over there at Bemidji State. And it's kind of a little bit weird, but it's pretty cool, and Duelle's known Dominic since he was a little guy. Helped him out with his game, talked to him about different things. So now, he's out there. But what we're doing now, I believe at this stage in our lives, is looking to give back to the youth a little bit more, not necessarily more or less in camps and things like that, but more or less in the knowledge on how to go about, high school or the game and different things in their lives, especially for kids on the reservation who have different lives and than normal kids who live in cities and stuff like that. As we were watching Rez ball earlier, it's a different life. The way you have to navigate sometimes family issues, maybe your aunties, uncles, cousins, moms, dads, different things like that. Those issues aren't easy to deal with, for kids, especially teens, people going through changes in their lives and having those things. So, and at my job at the Boys and Girls Club, Duelle came out and did some workouts with them, and that was really, really fun. You got the kids working, doing some jumping. You can see it in their faces when they're going back and forth on the on the moves, side shuffle, and these the give back probably that we're trying to do here is something that when we think about when we were youth, there was always that one person, maybe one or two people who, they didn't do a whole bunch, but they did enough to try to give back.
Yep.
And so I appreciate you coming up here to give back to where I'm from, my youth here, where I work and where I know these kids from, and I know what they deal with on a day-to-day basis, and a lot of it's not easy.
As Brady mentioned, this was the first camp that we did under Rez Famous Movement, which is my organization that I started. The core values around that is just being honest with yourself, being respectful, maintaining that relationship with your inner self, your spirituality, you know what I'm saying, connecting to the higher source, and just being able to express yourself freely without judging yourself so hardly. I think as Native men coming from the reservation, we put a lot of pressure on ourselves to, not show any emotions or try to, be the macho guy in the room. And, that just kind of just deters you from relationships, and it just affects you overall. So I think just maintaining that spirit, that true spirit of yourself.
And, when we were in college together, when we were boys, and our group of boys, it was, we didn't really think about it like that. I mean, sometimes we kind of, but here and there. But other than that, man, we always wanted to hang out. We were all cool with each other, and that, that bond is something that's special. That's really important to have. And, and when your guard is up, it's hard to make bonds like that. Or when you're trying to be perfect, or you're trying to be, not make mistakes, or try not to look a certain way. But everybody lives their different lives, and everybody's different. Being able to be comfortable with yourself, and who you are, and your own skin, and maybe you're really tall, or maybe you're really short. You never know. But making the most out of your ability, and something I talked to about my nephew. He's shorter than me. He's about 3-4 inches shorter than me. But it's like teaching him to, like, how are you gonna make the most out of what you got? And how do we tell them, hey, you're special in your own way. You can, whatever it is, that it don't have to be basketball. It could be academic, it could be art. Things like that. And
so
as you talking about making movies or something like that. And those things like that, like we're doing. Maybe kids are really good at this stuff, and giving them that option to explore those things.
Off of what you just said, I think for me growing up, it was just, I wasn't really taught anything. I didn't have a father. I didn't have no older brother like that. So it was kind of, I was just trying to just get in where I fit in, essentially, and kind of just, I don't know, just make the most of my situation. I knew that basketball would take me far, so that's why I really stuck to it. And out of all of that going on and outside stuff, you know what I'm saying, it's easy to lose yourself. And
definitely. The way you navigated your life, and when we would go take the trips down to Florida, you know what I mean? And even our first trip, and we met your family, and your brothers, your sisters, they're crazy cool, and your mom, and I love her so much. And, she takes care of me every time we go down there. But you're the older brother, and you were always just trying to look after, trying to do that. And then, but me, I was the younger brother, and you were trying to navigate your own way. You didn't really have a path to follow. Me, I was just trying to just trying to be better than my older brothers. You know what I mean? And those are I looked up to, really. And got to college, and after that, didn't really know anybody who went to college, who personal level, and it was hard to navigate. When I first went to college here at Bemidji State, it was really hard to navigate. Being so close, a lot of pressure, different things like that. But I feel like if I would have let your shield down a little more, embrace other people's opinions, embrace that being able to be wrong about yourself, or being able to be have a different lens and looking back at yourself on, hey, this is what you could change, or you could critique about your game. It might bring you a whole bunch of, change your game, and then I didn't realize that till probably after I left BSU. I started to realize it at Haskell, my senior year, but after that is kind of when I kind of everything kind of clicked, for a while. And I guess I kind of learned how to do that within the coaching,
looking at a different perspective.
That was me being very, what would you say, egotistical. You know, it's like, nah, man, I don't need to listen to you. You don't know about my game. I don't need to change this about my game. I need to do this. But little did I know, you know, the game was evolving. You know, you needed to be able to do everything. You needed to be able to have handles. You need to be able to shoot, drive left, finish left, you know, pull up mid range, you know, play defense at a high rate. Those things are extremely important, you know, and at a high level when you're playing in high intensity games, and you got to be on your thing, you know, thinking.
Yep, and that's essentially what we were trying to do this weekend, was just put the kids through,
They did.
yeah, you know, put kids through, like,
they were playing hard.
Yeah, and then, you know, they shot a lot of hustle and hard out there, and it was really interesting to watch them and just like get a sense of like, yeah, the next generation of hoopers coming up is, you know, ready to be taught, ready, you know, they listen and everything. We just got to be able to come together and make it work for them, honestly.
Man, you know, I got my kids getting older. You know, my oldest starting to play in almost middle school, or she's in middle school right now, and my younger kids, you know, they're starting to get active, and you know, their friends, you know, become like trying to help them out, you know, different with little things, and I guess, you know, just giving back to the community, you know, and probably start to get back into coaching here soon.
Yeah,
I'm not too sure where or when or how, but I'm gonna
Got to get back to it.
I'm slightly doing it with these camps, you know.
Yeah,
You know, slightly getting
that
back
urge
into
back
it.
in there.
Yeah.
Nah, it was definitely a great weekend. We came out. Actually, getting out here was a little bit of adversity coming out, because I had to fly through the path of the hurricane to come here, and like
Wild.
yeah, just recently. So I was, at least my home was blessed, where we were safe, all my family back home. But I think the west coast of Florida got tore up pretty well. So I don't know. I got to check in. I got family over there also. So, but I'm pretty sure everybody was safe. But just even stuff like that, getting out here, it was just like, all right, it's for a bigger purpose, and leaving home in a time like that, you know what I'm saying? Because we both have families now, and then being fathers, you know, our kids are, you know, always at the top of the list, and just being able to show them also that we can express ourselves and, you know, chase our dreams, and then that nothing is impossible if you put your mind to it, and you shoot for the stars, and you don't know where you end up. And that's what we've kind of been doing, you know, just kind of navigating life the best we can and making ourselves adaptable, like you know, just adapting to what we've been through, all of the obstacles, and you know. So I think it's time for our story to be heard and stuff like this type of setting, because we're able to bounce each other's energy off, ideas, and keep stuff moving. So this is what I really enjoy doing most. This is traveling, playing ball, and hanging out with my boys. You know what I'm saying?
So,
visiting.
yeah, traveling, hanging, and playing ball, hanging out with the boys. So last time we hung out, you know, we was hooping.
It was earlier this year, right?
Yeah, earlier. You know, start the year off together.
Yeah, it was. Damn, it's almost a year since then already. Time flies, bro. That's fucking crazy.
And then, you know, it's lifestyle, you know, it's fun. You know, we don't get to do it as much, you know, but we do when we get there, and, you know, as you said, bounce that energy. Like when we get to hang out, man, you know, we leave with more energy, you know, leave with more, you know, feeling good. And,
it's definitely
all love, brother.
Recharging. So this trip, I think, was like really a boys' weekend. And I had a lot of great time with you and your family, and then with the young ones, and then even Anthony coming out and helping us also. So
with the camp, man,
it's been a beautiful thing. And with this whole Rez Famous movement, we're traveling all over the country, going to different reservations and training, getting our knowledge of the game out there. And you know, this was the first stop. It was only right to come here, you know what I'm saying, and get it going here. So I think the kids enjoyed it. We gave a lot of good prizes and gifts out, and
they loved it, man.
Yeah, so that was just, you know, for the love and what we love to do. So
coming to a res near you.
Yeah, for real, right? That's what it is.
Oh man.
Let's end it there then. That's good. Hey, yeah, for real. That was fun.